Good morning, third grade. Today is Wednesday, December 9th, and we're here for our math meet. Our math activity is talking about multiplication, and we're going to look at a strategy to answer some facts that we don't know. At the end of this, you have a Google Slides activity to complete, and then you're going to Reflex to get your green light. So here we go. The big fancy teacher name for what you're doing today is called the commutative property. The commutative property is when the orders of the numbers don't have to change to get the same answer. We can do this in addition or in multiplication. Our math book calls this the turnaround fact or a flip-flop fact, which makes sense because the numbers that are being multiplied, these are called factors, they can go in any order. They work together kind of like a community to get the same response. So we've been talking a lot this week about working as a community and working together, and it's kind of a weird stretch to talk about for math, but it doesn't matter what order they go in. So on the slide, we have 2 plus 3 is equal to 3 plus 2. It doesn't matter which number comes first, it gives you the same answer. And it's covered on the right, I didn't notice, but 2 times 3 gives you the same answer as 3 times 2. We're going to watch a really quick video about the turnaround rule. They call it math ping pong because the numbers can go back and forth and give you the same answer.
Hey kids, and thank you for joining me, the ping pong champion here. Do you guys want to play against me? Great. Hold up your hands like you are moving a paddle, and here we go. Ouch. You guys are pretty good, but the ball has to stay on the table. I am glad you are here because I could really use your help. My friend and I had these ping pong balls in an array like you see here, but then he turned them sideways like this. Now I know this is still an array, but the amount has to be different because we just changed the order. My friend said that they are the same, and I did not believe him, and all he said was, "Commutative property, dude." So today we are learning about the commutative property of multiplication. This is like a rule in math. Can you say this with me? Commutative property of multiplication. Great job. Now here is the definition. Commutative property of multiplication says the order of the numbers does not matter. To learn this, let's look at an equation. Here we have an equation that says 3 times 5 equals 5 times 3. Let's do the math and figure it out. 3 times 5 is what? 15. Great job. Now on to the other side. What is 5 times 3? 15. Great job again. It seems strange at first because the order of the numbers is changed, but when you multiply it, it comes out to be the same. Pretty cool stuff. I want to try one more that my friend showed me with an array. Here is the equation, and let's do the multiplication starting on the left side. 4 multiplied by 2 is what? 8. Great. Now on to the other side. What is 2 multiplied by 4? It is also 8. So the order of the numbers does not matter in multiplication. This is awesome, and to finish, I want to show you the array of balls my friend showed me. Here we have 4 times 2 in an array, which gives us 8 balls total. Now if we switch the numbers around, it turns our array to look like this. This is 2 times 4. Even though the array looks different, there are still 8 balls. This is amazing. Because of the commutative property in multiplication, it does not matter which number is first because the product or answer will be the same. Amazing. Thank you so much for your help. Guys, why are you all aiming ping pong balls at me? Take it easy, take it easy. Oh no. Ouch. Okay guys, you have a few options here. You can click the video on my right or on my left to watch more awesome stuff.
The turnaround rule, the commutative property, the ping pong, the flip-flop, they all explain the same thing, that when I have two numbers, if I'm using them in addition and multiplication, I can do the same thing with them. It reminds us of a domino. So on the left, we have two pictures of a domino, and it's actually the same picture. One's the original, and one's a copy turned around to be the opposite. The dots move to the opposite side, but it's the same picture. There's still 6 in one group and 1 in the other. 6 times 1 is 6, and 1 times 6 is 6. Yesterday, we talked about making arrays, and we used our equations. So we drew an array for 3 times 4, and I told you that 3 times 4 and 4 times 3 both equal 12. And that's what we see here. It's the same array, it's just flipped. It's on 2 different sets. I have 3 groups of 4, and on this side I have 4 groups of 3. Your Google Classroom today activity is a Google slide, and it looks like this. It's Wednesday the 9th. And when you open it up, you have your directions slide. You can multiply numbers in any order and still get the same product. For example, 2 times 4 is 8, and 4 times 2 is 8. So here's our array for 2 times 4, and here's our array for 4 times 2. They look different, but they give us the same answer. After this, you have 4 slides. You're going to move the circles over to make the array. So I want 3 groups of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then group 3. Notice how I have to click on the blue circle until it turns blue and then move it across. Now sometimes they get big like that if I'm not careful, but it's okay. Just move them over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now my mess over here on the left is not an array because sometimes technology is hard. So if yours doesn't look perfectly straight in these rows, that's okay. So if 3 times 5 is 15, and all I have to do is turn those numbers around, then I'm going to do 5 times 3 is equal to 15 because my factors, the numbers being multiplied, are what changes. The answer does not. So I need 5 groups of 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Ooh. 1. Nope, sorry. 1, 2, 3. Group 4. 1, 2. Whoops. 3. And then group 5. 1, 2, 3. Now, if I had more time and I was a little bit better with this technology, I would have beautiful arrays to show you that 3 groups of 5 and 5 groups of 3 look the same. They're just turned around. So it's a little bit messy on here, and yours might look like this too, and that's okay. Just make sure you follow those directions. The next slide is 6 times 2, and then 4 times 5, and then 8 times 2. So find your turnaround facts and move your pieces over. When you're done, mine says share, but there'll be a turn-in button on your activity. So that's the end of your Google Meet for today. Thank you for working hard. Go straight to the Google Classroom and do your slides activity. If you need help, leave a private comment on the bottom. When you finish that, go to Reflex and get your green light. And then with your time left over, practice some math facts. Math ends at 11 o'clock. At 11 o'clock to 1:30, that's your time to work on any missing work. Remember to do Lexia and Reflex. Your lunch and lifetime break is in there. Special area, we have PE this week, and then your break at 1:20. We have Mr. Bill Meets in the middle of the day, and then Miss Tab's book club at 11 o'clock, and then I'll see you for our afternoon checkout at 1:30. Good job today.